Peace, family. How you be on this glorious day? Just wanted to check in with you guys, see how everybody is doing. Hope all is well. Um, when certain things cross my mind, I like to speak upon it, right? Um, through my own experience, not with just what I hear or somebody say, you know, but actual facts. So, this is what I want to touch on today, right? Pardon me, I got a little cold. The wind is blowing like crazy here. It's nice outside, but it's so windy. It's ridiculous. Um, but anyway, so I want to speak about these so-called internet thugs, right? Internet thugs. These people who talk all this trash on the internet, um, like they the most thug and most gangster person on the planet. Meanwhile, if you check their track record, um, they really haven't been through something that would make them just shut the hell up. Honestly, right? Um, so check it. I have a son, right? I have a son. My son has been shot 3 times with a total of 10 bullets in his body, okay? First time New Year's Eve, second time Christmas, third time, which was the most severe, um, in October 2016. This one was the most fatal. This was the most horrific. This was the one that, he's not supposed to be here, okay? The doctors were baffled of um, how he's still here, okay? Because what happened, he had his abdomen um, open and couldn't be closed. So when he was shot, uh, these bullets penetrated um, vital points in his body. Um, the main one was it hit the line um, that functions your kidney, you know. The other was the actual stomach. The other one was the intestine, which once the bullet hit, feces went all over his insides. Okay. The last was a fracture in the back, which they thought was going to paralyze him. However, he's up, walking, talking. Um, to be honest, I really don't think he's human. Okay. Um, but anyway, to sit there and watch my son have his abdomen open um, from October to like Thanksgiving, beginning of October to Thanksgiving, right? Because they was trying to figure out ways to close it. Okay. Um, so what they did what's called skin grafting, and they put what's called a mesh um, to tighten where the muscles were loose to close it up. Meanwhile, in this process, I had to sit back every day and watch these people literally take my son's organs out of his body, rinse them, and put them back in. Okay? I don't think you heard what I said. I had to watch the doctors remove his organs, rinse them, and put them back in his body. Okay? Not only that, they had to come up with some kind of antibiotic they had to find in the lab because all the antibiotics they was giving him because of the feces went everywhere and had his whole body infected um, was not working. They weren't working. But to see my son lying there in a coma, um, not knowing at what second he may leave this planet, was a very hard pill to swallow. I mean, there was much more, than what I just don't even want to relive the whole scenario again. But to watch my son, be up, big muscle bound, very athletic, and to see him with on life support with about 40, 50 tubes, along with his abdomen open. Um, I wish it on no one, okay? No one, not even my worst enemy. Um, so that wasn't even like, I thought once the abdomen was closed, everything would go back to normal. However, that was only the beginning to a whole other journey. So the next journey was he couldn't eat, right? Because his abdomen was open. So everything that went down his throat was coming out of his abdomen, leaking. So they put him on nutrition bags, right? So I had to watch my son go from like 190 something pounds to like maybe 110, 120. Before he was able to eat again. So he went from October until February without eating anything. You know what he used to do though? It was deep because, like, if I would leave and come back, or even sometimes when I was in the room with him when he gained his consciousness, um, he would watch cooking channels to keep his mind, you know, um, in a state as if he literally was eating something. The strongest person I've ever known and seen on this planet, right? But I don't want to continue to go into my son, right? But what I want to do is give this warning to those who's going to listen, right? The streets is nothing to play with, okay? Nothing at all. So, I have a degree. Well, I have several degrees. But my last, after my master's, I went back and got a certification in what's called data analytics, right? So with this degree, you know, I literally can look at someone's page, even if they take their location off, and get their IP address, and come knocking at your door. And I'm dead serious, right? So, not only, I went to school for this knowledge, right? But you have some people who never stepped foot in a college but are masters at uh, computer science and hacking computers, okay? With that being said, you're on the internet, like you're untouchable and like you can't be touched, um, should put some type of fear in you. It really should put some type of fear in you because somebody's always watching you. Somebody's always watching you. You never know. You never know who you're dealing with on this uh, internet, right? So when I see people calling people out their names and threatening them and saying what they're going to do to them and inviting them to their private parts and their behinds and talking about their parents and children, I'm like, wow, real G's don't do that shit, okay? I am a living witnesses. The real don't do this. They don't do, these are people that does not really have experience with what happens in the reality pertaining to the streets. Okay? I'm just saying it because I keep seeing it. They said if you don't call a devil's name, he or she won't appear, right? But if you keep calling the devil's name, guess what's going to happen? You reign. You reign. And my father, I used to listen to my father and my uncles and the old heads used to say, you know what? You keep selling them wolf tickets, somebody going to buy them, right? True shit, true story. You can't keep sitting on, the internet like this is a game, um, you know? Because one day you will meet your master with that foolishness. I just don't get how you have these people, so-called people on the internet claiming they're all about peace, but yet always talking violent, always talking about what they'll do to somebody or how they used to be back in the day, how they are now, and all this crazy stuff. Like, really? Let me tell you something. You can be touched. And the way you'll be touched, it will be the least expected from you, okay? I'm just telling you, real G's, real smart, intelligent people knows how to maneuver in this life. Those who have not just heard about this shit, but actually experienced it, whether it's themselves or those close to them, we have a different vibe with us. We really have a different trauma, tragedy, pain will change you if you're real. You just have to be an idiot to continuously invite people to murder you. I say it all the time. A lot of people play, but everybody ain't playing, okay? Um, so I don't want to be long. I think I wanted to just share that experience. Like I said, if I can be a help or assistance to those who I can help, especially through experience, then I'll do so. Um, but stop following the idiots, please. Just stop following the idiots. Stop. They're only going to lead you to an early death. You may be, somebody might be beefing, and you just put your 1, 2 cents in the conversation, and you get hit. That's simple. You know, um, choose your battles wisely. You don't have to accept every invitation to an argument, to a fight. Um, and you have to stay away from these people who only is casting off this negative energy. Everything about them reeks negativity. Sometimes you can see the angels of death around them. You know, especially if you're all wise and civilized, we can see the angels of death coming for these unconscious people who claim to be so conscious and on point. Because if you were conscious and on point, then you know the rule is if you don't call the devil's name, he or she won't appear. Um, that's just my thoughts, my view, my see on that. I don't know. Maybe I'll build a little later on. This evening, I don't know. I'm having a very relaxed and chill day today. The sun is shining very bright here, but it is super windy. So I was out, went to the store, but I came right back in. I can't do it. Um, Other than that, everybody have a peace day. Keep your vibrations high. Stay away from these people who will send you to an early grave. I'm dead serious about that. Take it from somebody who knows what that looks like and knows what that feels like. Okay? If I tell you something, it's to help you, never to hurt you. Um, with that being said, I'm going to let everybody go. Enjoy your day. Peace.